There's a call that I get from almost every client after handover. It's after the project is done, the client has moved in, and everything is as it should be. But then my phone rings. There's a stain on my coffee table. Do you know how to get it out? And I do, and I understand why they're calling me. We've spent months, sometimes years, on this project, and I know that coffee table. I know where it was purchased, and I know how to care for it. But that call tells me something. Even after everything that we do at handover, the transition from our project to your home is not always as clear as the paperwork makes it seem. That gap is what this video is about. So if you're in the middle of a project right now, watch this video, but bookmark it and come back to it later, closer to completion. If you're at the end of a project and there's something that just doesn't feel quite right, this might help you understand why. And if you're at the very beginning, just thinking about starting a project, this is a very good time to understand this. Some of the decisions that affect your running costs for years to come get made at a very early design stage. And for most of our clients, this is the first home that they've had built from scratch and professionally designed. First time with natural marble, first time with real brass hardware, natural timber flooring. And these conversations need to happen during the project, before the specifications get done. The marble will leave a mark if water is left on it. The brass will patina over time. It's not a fault. The wood needs conditioning, not just cleaning. Clients hear it, they understand it in the moment, and they mean to act on it. And then they move in, and months of site conversations quietly leave the building. And it's almost like starting over. It's not a criticism, it's just what happens when you go from building mode to living mode. This is exactly why what you put in place after the handover is just as important as the handover itself. The first thing to understand is DLP, Defects Liability Period. And in the UAE, that's typically 1 year from handover. During that period, if something is genuinely defective, the contractor has an obligation to come and fix it. If there's a paint crack in the wall where it shouldn't be, if there's a door hinge that needs adjusting, if there's a tile that has lifted. What the DLP does not cover is daily wear from normal use, damage due to incorrect cleaning or incorrect operations, and anything that your staff may have done to damage a surface. That overlap, defects versus maintenance, is where most of the confusion happens in that first year. Clients are still in the mindset of things are being fixed. So their first instinct is to call us. Sometimes it is a defect. More often, it's not. And then there's the snagging, minor issues that come up after move-in. A paint finish that needs touched up, a hinge that needs adjusted. Those are all normal and expected. What's less straightforward is if there's a chip on the wall because somebody moved a piece of furniture, and then it gets reported as snagging. It isn't. That's damage. And it's not always an easy conversation to have with a client who has just had their first week in their new home. The best way through the snagging period, although probably not the most practical, is that there's a complete list from day one before the client moves in. That way it gives clarity to both the contractor and the client on who is responsible for what. But in reality, that's not the way it works. The client will typically have moved in before the works are 100% complete. And it causes a lot of confusion and sometimes tension at the end of a project. So I hope that this video will be able to help clarify some of the things. Every project that we hand over comes with a complete handover file. This includes every material, every product, every specialized system, how to operate, the warranty information, how to care and maintain each aspect of the project, along with a complete drawing set of the property. And it can be a lot. Depending on the project size, it can range anywhere from 200 to over 1,000 pages. And opening a document of that size on your first week in your new property is not anybody's idea of fun. So my top suggestion is to ask your designer and contractor for a soft copy as well as a hard copy of the complete file. That way, when you're looking for something specific, you can use the search option instead of flipping through a bunch of binders and documents. Alternatively, in this day and age, you can just simply upload all of the files to AI and have AI do your tracking and searches for you. At Studio SuCo, we do two things that are a little bit different than most. We have a summary guide at the very beginning of the document that highlights the most important information for your property. The second thing that we do is we have training sessions for you, for your staff. This includes cleaning and maintenance of specialist materials, as well as bringing in all of the specialist trades to walk you through and give you an orientation on how to use all of the systems, including appliances. And this is all part of our handover, not an additional extra. And it is important to understand how to clean, maintain, and operate your new home, because if done wrong, it could void a warranty or cause a damage that's irreversible. And lastly, who to call for what. The handover file should always include a supplier contact list so that when the contractor and the designer finally do completely step out of the project, that you know who to call if anything further is needed on your property. You will also need a specialist MEP company on an annual maintenance contract, or an AMC. They include all plumbing, electrical, and mechanical on a regular schedule. AC servicing, minimum twice a year, especially in this region. Before summer and even during. Filters, coils, drainage lines, because your system is working considerably harder at that time of year and in this region than anywhere else. Deep cleans. A regular clean is not a deep clean. You should be planning for 2 or 3 of these per year. Material specific maintenance. Natural stone is going to need to be resealed, likely every 6 months or year, depending on the usage. Upholstery should be professionally cleaned at least once a year, and timber flooring needs to have conditioning, not just cleaning. Wet areas, bathrooms, kitchens, utility rooms. Check for grout integrity. Silicone used around showers or tubs and underneath of sinks. Small problems in wet areas can be large ones if left unattended. And this is a conversation worth having early on, before you finalize scope definition. A pool, a large irrigated landscape system, a jacuzzi, a sauna, maybe multiple kitchen spaces. Each one of those adds to your monthly utility and water bills. In the UAE, with AC running across a large footprint in a villa, those costs can add up quicker than most people realize. And this is not a reason not to have those things. It's just understanding the long-term running costs of the property that you've already invested into. Because after handover, the property is yours. And I know that may sound obvious, but it means the responsibility for maintaining it is also yours. And we can set you up with the right contacts, walk you through the handover document, be available when there's something that you need. But what we cannot do is maintain it for you. Because the clients whose homes look as good in 5 or 10 years as they did when they first moved in, understand that maintenance is a high priority for your investment. And not because they were precious about it, because they understood that the quality finishes need quality care to last. And I'm always happy to have the conversation about the coffee table. It's just best that it comes before the damage rather than after.